The story that Trump is considering executing by getting the NRA members riled up because their guns will be taken away. They want to execute Hillary Clinton, and they're deliberating on whether Trump really meant that, or did he mean it by saying, well, we'll just vote against her, and that'll prevent the judges, her judges, from coming in to take the guns away. But they're serious about whether it's going to be a hit, a real hit, that they murder her, that they kill her, they execute her, okay? And white people are unbelievable hypocrites and violent, which we know, just the fact that they just slaughtered buffalo. They were just playing with guns. They want to play with guns, and here's these animals eating some grass in the prairie. But the white people were just gunning them down and leaving them lay there. They thought that was fun. And then they talk about black on black crime. And this has been going on for centuries now. Okay, it's not like the Nazi deal that went on for about 8 years, 7 or 8 years. Depends on when you started, because it pretty well stopped when the Germans were defeated in 1945. That was the end of it. Okay? So you see, this is a serious subject. For instance, they only played the collapse of Building 7 at the World Trade Center for minutes, literally minutes. I don't think it got played for over an hour. And that was the end of it. Okay? So to think that that was some kind of a coincidence, that every reporter that was at the World Trade Center and saw Building 7 crash to the ground without being hit by anything, it was all coincidental, that there was no conspiracy, that they agreed, that one we don't talk about. We do not talk about this building collapsing, that nothing hit. You see? So they're very stupid hypocrites, but that's what they do, okay? You have to look at their actions. You must look at the white people's actions. So when they gunned down, listen, when they gunned down this kid in the park in Cleveland, and the black, get this, the black chief of police protects the 2 white cops for their hate crime, that they gunned down this kid, this black kid in the park with a fake gun. And they had a gun, they had a patrol car, radio, guns, real guns. If they thought they had to call for backup for this kid, so they get on the radio and call for backup. Tell me about training cops. That's standard practice, okay? So, I mean, there's no issue about, oh, well, if we only trained them, they would have called for backup. They wouldn't have just gunned this kid down. You see, these people, they just come up with these ridiculous absurdities. And everybody goes along with it. And the black chief of police, he's hired by the whites. He thinks that that's what the whites want to hear. Okay, let's just keep these 2 cops from any kind of a trial. This hate crime murder. We'll just cover that up and say we investigated it for a solid year before we came to that conclusion. Which, of course, a whole year's study, investigating, must mean they came to the right conclusion. they didn't just jump to conclusions, right? So you see the white people, they never stop. And there won't be any, the black people don't know how to do a Nazi deal where they just, push this in your face every day, okay? They don't. They got whipped, they got lynched, and what's the difference? Well, we'll shoot them now instead of using a rope, and that's a different deal. That's a nicer deal, right? I mean, how idiotic and absurd is that? And yet they do it with a straight face because they're absolute hypocrites in a deep, deep trance. So let's see if there's any recognition of these facts, because maybe you don't want to recognize them on account of your trance, you see? That's part of it. They've got you, oh, no, forget that. What the hell's he talking about? Doesn't matter. 25 people watch this, and that'll be the end of it, okay? But Lily Singh has 1 billion people watching her. Check her out, Lily Singh. Google her. See what she says. 1 billion people listen to this nonsense, okay? And maybe 25 will listen to what I'm talking about. It's crazy. What's her name? Jill could win the election. She said she's going to cancel the debt. Now, why wouldn't all 40 million people who have the debt vote for Jill and get their debt canceled? Because they're too stupid. I just talked about this to somebody in an office today. And I mean, it's like amazing how ignorant white people are, and stupid, and hypocrites, and in a deep, deep trance. So they don't even know what they're doing. You understand? I don't know how to keep banging this in, but it doesn't seem to get in or stick because the other trance is too powerful. So maybe you could think a little bit about it. I mean, actually think. Bye.